こんにちは、チャートマスターの根崎ゆきです。11月7日のセッションリキャップスコットのウェブセミナーを取っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。それでは始めていきましょう。
So, starting over here, this is session recap for the 6th of November. All right. And starting on the euro, take this to a 240. You can see that we're working a 240 trend down to the day chart bottom. We can trade this to the downside if we want to, but we got to know where the day chart bottom is because we're trading the 240 chart inside the day chart. All right. So this is a very dangerous trade here, though. Down to here is what they may possibly do, and they'll be going at 34.40, probably 34.50 would be the smart place to do it, and then we'll look for the bounce back to the upside. All
right. まずはユーロドルの240分からですね。今ダウントレンドになってきましたよね、チャンネルが。で、デイチャートのトレンドもあるので、今ここから売るっていうのはちょっと危険ですよね。なので、ここでの跳ね返りの買いで見ていきたいですね。
And they need to square this up, so they really would like to get up here, I think. Remember, they know they're going to do that because they're going to hit the day chart bottom here and be able to bounce.
で、ここにスクエアアップがあるので、跳ね返ってきての買いっていうのがすごくあり得ることですね。
If they don't do that and they want to keep this downtrend going, they got to put the top of the trend in somewhere. See?
で、ダウントレンドにしても、もう一点どこかで、トップを作ってきてからのダウントレンドってなると思いますので、跳ね返ってきてからの売りでも見ていきたいですね。
Keep this going to the downside. So a move to the upside is imminent, right? It's just whether they'll do it from here or they'll go ahead and take the bottom out and do it, right? So if it does buy, if it does turn and go, you can trade this to the upside, which means that the day chart is up, right? Thank you, Neil, for all that. Trader, by the way, for those of you who don't know who Neil is, he's a professional trader in Russia, from Moscow. All right, that was the euro. All right, British pound. British pound, we're waiting to see if we get the turn to the downside. If we don't get the turn to the downside, we'll get a bounce, and we'll be fine with that because we're back in the old day chart trend. In the meantime, we're stuck inside a wedge. So if we get the bounce out, we're looking to go up here where we have consolidation, right up in here. If it makes a turn, wait till it breaks out of the wedge, and you want to trade it down here, which is a big opportunity here. If it breaks to the downside, hear me say it right now, do not miss this trade to the downside. Do not miss that trade to the downside. This target has actually already been taken out, as you can see. So it's no longer a target, it's a barrier. Our target is right down here, the S5. That's where our target is.
ポンドドルですね。ポンドドルの240分ですけども、今このダウントレンドとこのピンクのデイチャートのトレンドの中に入っていて、ウェッジですよね。もしかしたらこのピンクの線のトレンドラインの中に戻ってきてアップトレンドになるかもしれません。そしたらこのチャンネルブレイクで買っていきたいよね。で、もし下がってくるんだったらこのデイチャートのトレンドブレイクして売っていきたいよね。上がってくるんだったらここにコンソリデーション横ばいがあるので、ここを目指しての上げになると思います。で、下がってくるのであればダブルボトムですよね。で、今から言っておくと、ここは絶対にこの売りは見逃したくないよねっていうことを言っています。
Into the downside. Do not miss that trade to the downside. This target has actually already been taken out, as you can see. So it's no longer a target, it's a barrier. Our target is right down here, the S5. That's where our target is. So there we go. CAD. Dollar CAD, we need a deeper retracement. We're not getting much of a retracement here. And so we needed to come down through here. Now, if they break down in here, there's 60 pips right here, as you can see. I like that 60 pips because it's in keeping with the trend to the downside, the 240 trend, and it also would finish off a wave. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this makes a lot of sense to come down here. So we don't want to miss this trade. Below 4117, we're looking to go to 1.363. All right, so 60 pips right there. All right, but you better know where the bottom is because once they get this done, they're going to probably try to bounce up and do the fifth wave. All right.
ドルカナダですね。1、2、3、4、5で今4の途中ですね。で、このスペース売っていけますけども、ボトムがどこか分かってなくちゃいけなくて、 まあ、デイチャートのトレンドがあるところですね。で、まあ、ここからの跳ね返りの5で買っていきたいよねってことを言っています。
So I like that trade to the downside if it'll break. It's got to take out, right now it's got an inverse head and shoulders. You can see that. Inverse head and shoulders, which says we could bounce here. Right? Now if we do bounce out here, we do have this opportunity right here. Right? So we do have that opportunity, but I'd rather see them come all the way down to here first. So I don't want to miss this trade to the downside, and I don't want to miss the trade back up to the upside either. So there you go. Swissy, following the dollar index. What are they doing with the dollar index today? And the dollar index, they got a little bull flag being built here. See, there's a little bull flag. Bull flag, which is an A, B, C retracement. Okay. So, this may be the bottom here. And if they start buying, then that's going to change a lot of things over there on the pounds and the euros. Okay. All right. So that's what's happening there. So now we got a feel for that. We look over here and see what they're doing here. Well, they're actually going sideways. So it looks like they're planning on continuing this trend to the upside. All right, that's the pole. All right, so how do we get in that pole? That's what we're going to do out. So we got to target way up here. The problem with this thing is that there's only 26 pips in here once we get a breakout. Once we break out of here, we only got 26 pips to that target right there. That target has been taken out though.
ドルフランですね、240分です。今、ポールっていう形で、上ってきて横ばいからの上る形ですよね。で、もしこれブレイクしてきたら、ここのスペースがターゲットまで26ピップしかないので、ちょっと厳しいんですけど、ウェイアップでやって言ってましたから、結構上にターゲットを見ていいと思いますと。
No longer target, but it's still barrier. All right, so 91.87, break up 91.50. I got 37 pips for the first trade, and then we're looking to come up here. Everybody see that? It should be easy as pie to tell you that this is where the top is, right there. Everybody see that? That's where the top is.
で、トップはここですよね。チャンネルとか HSI とかサポレージがありますよね。なので、ポールからの横ばいからのポールで、上げからの横ばいからの上げっていうポールのパターンでここに行く可能性高いですよねと。
Right. So yeah, and the conversation is going on there. Remember, that's why you trade micros in the beginning, right? You're still trading real money, so the element at risk, and you got a live account so that the broker is going to take your trade or not take your trade based on liquidity, as opposed to a demo, which will take virtually anything, right? So that's it. But once you can make pips, then you can start making money. If you can't make pips, you can't make money. Yeah. Dollar yen, we're stuck in a huge wedge here. There we go. Big wedge. And take that off. Take this off. Alright, stuck in a wedge, but trying to break. Then it's a wedge to the upside. Alright, so what's the problem? They need to buy dollars. Are they buying dollars right now? No, they're selling dollars right now. All right, so therefore, we got to wait till they start buying dollars. If they start buying dollars, you can see there's our trade right there. That's pretty easy to see for trade 1, and there's trade 2. Why they work? Wide open. You see, this doesn't exist. This R4 doesn't exist as a target anymore because it's already been taken out. See, so that white line isn't really there. We have to leave it on because we got to know where R5 is. Okay, so there we go. Right.
ドル円ですね。今ウェッジの中にいて、これ抜けてきたら1つ目、2つ目っていう風に取っていきたいですね。で、白い HSI の1、2、3、4、5ですね。この5っていうところを狙ってのトレードになってくると思いますと。
So if we get the break, start looking for that. If we get the break, that'll tell you what's going to happen with the rest of the yen crosses. Right? And believe me, the Bank of Japan wants that to go up. So, all right, Aussie dollar, we're looking to see if we get a bounce here. Our target is get a bounce. Maybe it'll happen here. Maybe it'll happen here. I don't know. Remember, the Aussie will move all day. So we're looking for the R3 because the first target may be here, and of course, there's another opportunity up above here also. All right. So that would probably exceed its ATR. So you got to look for this little 50 pip move right in here for today. All right.
OG ドルですね。ここのスペースとここのスペースっていうのを取っていけたらいいよねっていうことですね。
And the euro yen. All right, euro yen, we've had a pullback here, which is what we needed. We could still get another pullback here, even further down like this, or they could just simply go sideways over here. Once we get over here to this channel, you look for the buy. However they get to this channel line, look for the buy. And we're going up to 133.81. That's
ユーロ円ですね。10分足なんですけど、このチャンネルがあって、ここで跳ね返ってきてからの買いか、横ばいになってからの買いで見ていきたいですね。
what we're looking to do. Alright, so everybody glad we didn't jump in on that trade, see? Everybody wants to jump in. Oh my God, oh man, you gotta miss it! Oh no, no, oh no, no, I took that trade, oh no, no, no! See, that's what happened. Crazy. Yeah, that's where price went to it. Yeah, that was the thing. A lot of times they go right to them and stop because they know exactly where they are. They exit instantaneously. See? Alright, over in the pound yen, there's nothing to do here at all because we're at a top here. Right? And you can see in reality we're trading in a big box here. Right? So the big box may be that low, but for sure down here. Right? So at least that right there. So when we take the top out, we're most likely going to come down to the bottom here. Right? So there is a
ポンド円ですね、今ボックスの中にあって、リースとディス、ローって言ってましたが、ここのボックスにあって、今トップにいますから下がってきてもおかしくないですね。ということを言ってます。
big opportunity of about 300 pips to the downside there, folks. There is no trend yet. It's just too flat to be a trend, so it's a box. So, you know, typically when they trade the box, they go take the top, they go from the bottom to the top, down to the bottom, up to the top, down to the bottom, up to the top, down to the bottom, up to the top, and they'll do that as long as they're in the box because they basically essentially found equilibrium right in here. All right, so New Zealand. Right. Again, New Zealand's playing. It is also in a box, also, but it's playing. It's got a nice big trend on here, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, well deep 3. Now, we could get this straight all the way up to here, if possible. All right.
9ドルですね。1、2、3、4、5っていうのが見えていて、上がってきてもおかしくないですよね。
And inside here, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody see that? What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there you go. Right. And inverse head and shoulders over here. Breaking the neckline, that was the trade. We made good money on that trade last night. A lot of you did make average trader made 50 pips last night on that. So nice job for all of you did. Okay, so we're waiting for either a pullback, all right, or we're waiting for a sideways move. Okay, I'm going to make these candles a little bigger here because I want you to see they have not squared this up yet. All right, so that means we're going to put a set of fibs on here. All right, I'm going to put a set of fibs. I'm going to swing low. The swing high is printed. Okay. I'm going to see where the most opportune place for the bounce is. And you can see this top and a square up at the 382 is where that should happen. So the 382, we're looking for a bounce step back up to here and then second trade up to here. Everybody see that? It should be easy to see that one. Right. After we get the pullback. Wait for the pullback so the pullback's behind you. If you don't wait for the pullback is in your future. You want the pullback in your past. So this target's been taken out to the tip, as you saw, right to the tip there. All right, so the pullback is your friend. All right, this is no longer the target. All right, it's a barrier, and so when I get a bounce here, we're going up to there, right there. That's what we're going to do. All right, so there we go. Pretty.
で、このまま上がっていくか、横ばい、プルバックスして上がっていくか、横ばいになって上がるかなんですけど、だと思うんですけど、フィボを引いてどこまで戻るかなっていうことで、例えば382とかで跳ね返ったら買ってきたよねっていうことですね。
You can see that one. Aussie yen. Right? And trade what you easily see, folks. If you don't see something, don't trade it. Well, Scott said to trade it. That's not how you learn to trade. You got to learn to see your own trades. All right. All right. I'm waiting for a bounce here, and for me, I'm going to get out of break even up here. Right? If it does that, but we are looking in the big picture. And if it does pull back, I got to go and take a loss. That's all there is to it. All right, well, we're looking to see that it's trying to move up the hill here. It's in a nice channel here, and so, you know, it could be this channel right here, which is pretty steep, as you can see. But our target is right up in here. First target is right up here, about 50 pips away at the 94.50. Breaking the 94.50, we're looking to go up to 9400, right? 9500.
OG 円ですね。グッドリトルチャンネルって言ってましたから、これいいチャンネルになってきて、この丘を上がりそうだよねってことで、丘を登っていきそうだよねってことで、じわじわ上がってきそうだよねってことなんですよね。で、1つ目、2つ目っていうふうに HSI を元に取っていきたいんですよね。買いですね。
There you go. They're actually trading the even numbers here. You can see that. Right? Here's the 93. See how they're trading the even numbers? Right. So 94.50, 95, 95.50, 96. So I like it to the upside. Right. Euro, all the euros need to square up, and that's where the problem is. We're still in a downtrend, so we're only a seller, so they move to the upside. You see, they need to square that up to here. If they get up to here and turn, then you've got this trade down here, right? And that's greater than its ATR. Remember, it only moves a lousy 30 pips per session, all right? And that's one reason why I don't like to trade it. It's only 87 pips, and I'm going to trade the big boy with the dumb money for a potential of 30 pips. It just doesn't compute in my book. It doesn't compute at all. And I got to trade with the dumb money. Who staggers.
ユーロポンドですね。ユーロポンドは今ここにサポートがあるんですけど、ここまで戻してからの売りを見ていきたいですね。次の HSI4 までですね。ここまで見て売っていきたいねと。
All the time. But that's the opportunity from 84.42 down to 83.50. Right? About 90 pips there. Right. Did I do the EJ? Oh, that was the EJ, sorry. Did I say the Euro? That was the EJ, okay. Sorry, I said the EJ, the Euro. I was talking about the EG, right? So once we square this up, we're looking for this trade to the downside. It has a low ATR. It only has 41 pips as an ATR. So, well, that's really low too. Why do you do that, Scott? Well, because it pays $1.60. It pays 60% more than the Euro. Conversely, that means it's got 60% more risk on your stock too. Don't forget that. It's a two-way street, right? But because it trends so well, once it starts trending, it just kind of climbs up the hill or works its way down the hill, right? Obviously, it's easier to fall down the mountain than it is to climb up the hill, so it's usually faster. So if we get a turn here, we're going to try to trade this thing to the downside. Euro Aussie, it's pulling up here, and we're in a big downtrend from the top right there, as you can see. And what the problem we have here on the Euro Aussie is we're close to this bottom here, right? So nobody knows what to do with this 50 pips that's left here, right? So they're doing a little bear flag here, so it looks like they might try to make a move. So if they finish the bear flag and start dropping 41, right about where we are now, you're looking to go down to 41.30 roughly, all right? So about 60 pips or so down to that downside. All right, Euro CAD. Alright, EuroCAD, again, same thing. Right? You got a lousy trend here. I don't even like this at all, period. I don't like this at one bit. Right? But we do have a day chart trend here. That means that if it does break to the upside, we can trade it because we are trending with the trend, which would then be an uptrend. Everybody see that? You can trade that. Right now, they have this huge move, which was caused by the fundamental announcement. That's gone. Right? So that's why you don't want the banks in there. That's why you don't want this stuff happening, because it screws the market up totally. Right? So if we get a buy here on the euro, and that would mean they would continue selling dollars. Right? If they sell dollars, EuroCAD would most likely go to the upside. You can see the opportunity is there's a little one here and a big one here. Right here. All told, there's about 40, 50 pips there. But in my opinion, it's going to be hard to trade it. I would walk away from it.
ユーロカナダですね。ファンダメンタルでドーンって下がってきて、もうマーケットをめちゃくちゃにしたと。で、ここから買ってもいいんですけど、このスペース1個2個で買えるんですけど、もうちょっとやめた方がいいですよね。ユーロカナダ、ユーロ系はもうちょっと1回やめましょうということを言っていますね。
In my humble opinion, CAD yen. Right? We're looking for the CAD yen to make a turn to the downside. Right? Now, we know that the dollar yen is in an upside wedge, a wedge in the uptrend, which tells us they're going to try to go higher. Right? The structure of this says they're going to try to take the CAD yen lower. Right? So the problem is the yen part of it. Right? So this may very well break out to the north, in which case you're headed right into consolidation, right? Right into consolidation here. So my opinion is you should walk away from it if it breaks north until you get up here. Now that.
で、今ドル円がこれカナダ円なんですけど、ドル円は上がりたがってる。ウェッジを上に抜けたがってる。で、カナダ円はこのストラクチャー、このチャートを見ていると下がりたがってる。なのでちょっと微妙なんですけど、上で見てたらいいと思いますと。
I'm interested in that, but I'm not interested down here. As you can see, that is not a wide open space down here. See that? And right over here, they just showed you. Yeah, we have trouble right here. See that? We have trouble here. So whatever you did in the past is what they're going to do again here. So if it comes to buy, you're going to end up in that mess. The only trade is above here, right there. What we really wanted to do is break to the downside. So we get that trade right there. And if it breaks to the downside and does, we're going to trade it down to 93.50 roughly. 93.50. Obviously, there's another big opportunity.
で、上がってきたらこのスペースですね。ここもう全然取れるとこないので、その上ですね。下がってきたらこのスペース取っていきたいねっていうことを言っています。
Here also. And you could do one of these, just rock and roll like that, see? So structure says it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. What you do? A 5-wave to the downside. So I don't want to miss that down there. So if it breaks to the north, I'm not touching it. But if it breaks to the downside, I'm really interested in it. What tells me that? Not an RF1010. Not a moving average crossover, man. None of that stuff. Structure is what tells me to look for that opportunity. Don't be the dumb money. 240. I'm not calling you the dumb money. People get somebody actually quit it and said, "I got tired of you calling me the dumb money." I don't call anybody the dumb money. That's why they left. Okay. My purpose is to keep driving it into your head so you go, "I don't want to be the dumb money." Right? But somebody actually took offense to that because obviously they thought they were the dumb money. I guess I don't know. All right. We need to square this one up. All right. So we need to square this one up down to here. Down, and then we're looking for that big opportunity there, folks. Don't miss that opportunity. All right. Now, if it goes sideways here, which it very well could do it, then you're going to have to trade it above this right in here. So you're going to have to wait till above 83 because this line is too close to the 83. But 83, you got 60 pips still left in here. So if you get the pullback, you're going to trade the first trade below 83, above 83. You're going to trade the second one up to there, and that'll be a heck of a nice trade. All right.
9円ですね。スクエアアップしてからの戻ってきてからの、買いで1つ目2つ目、というふうに見ていきたいですね。ここですね、ターゲットはデイチャートのトップ。
Yeah, it might be Mark. Remember, my job, I'm trying to be a good coach. Sometimes the coach is a really nice guy. Sometimes the coach, you gotta go, I'd like to punch that guy. And that's what a good coach is. Sometimes you're mad at him, sometimes you're not. Right? Yeah, we have Aussie news tonight. Don't forget that. So that's going to affect New Zealand also as the other one. All right. Now New Zealand. Trying to get through these quickly. All right. Great trade last night. We really cranked that sucker. That was nice. Okay. So if they continue to go sideways here, or we get a little pullback up here, we'll see they probably will need to square this up right here. Right. They'll probably need to at least square it up here. Then you'll get this trade one more time, and then this trade right here. And if for some reason she rock and rolls, do not miss this big one down here. That's all I can tell you. Notice I want you to see this. Why did they do that? To square that candle up right there. Everybody see that? They need to square it up. So they drove it down and squared it up. See?
ポンド級ですね。ここにサポートがあるので、上がってきてからの売りで1つ目2つ目で、最終的にはこの大きなスペースを売っていきたいよねってことですね。
So I just want to point that out. That's what you look for when you're in a chart. You're looking, so you're constantly reinforcing. Why do I look for certain things? Because I see that they do them. So there we go. Silver, for those of you who can trade it. We're probably coming down to the bottom of the channel again. We had a nice pullback here and then a sell-off here. Some of you may have made that trade. I don't know, Victor, did you make the trade? Is Victor still with us? Victor makes these trades every day. So off the top is a great trade here. And you can see, if it goes fast, we'll get down to here. If it slows down, we'll get down to here. There. So you didn't do it? Victor, you always trade these things. You must have been snoring over there. So there we go. Alright. Pound sheet. Alright. We're at the top here. A top, not D top. D top is up here. You can see that. So we got to find a way to get into this area right in here. That may be the break hook and go up to here and get that trade done. This may be a sideways move and they do it. They may actually pull it back because they have a square up that needs to be down here. So they may pull it down to here and then bounce it. If they do that, then you're going to get this trade again and this trade again. See?
ポンドフランですね。このまま今サポートされて跳ね返るか、スクエアアップしてからの跳ね返り。とにかく買いで見ていきたいよねっていうことですね。
Alright, okay, Dave. See you later. So you don't want to miss that. Those two opportunities. right? Whichever one they do. If they don't do number one, which is down here, but they do number two, don't miss number two. It's a great opportunity. You can see how that's the top right there. So it's pretty close, easy to see. That's why you got to draw your lines, because you won't know where they are. You don't get an email every day, Ed. If you're a demo trader, you go to the demo traders page and get the login there every day. Right? So we don't send an invite out every day. We're also in the middle of a 10-day deal. So 10 days, we're at the 7th day, by the way. So anyway, Pound Aussie, getting ready to pull to the downside here. As you can see, we could obviously easily break up. If we break up above here, we're going to be interested above 69.50, going up to 70.47. So about 100 pips there. We'll be interested in that. Okay. We're hoping, however, that we get this trade to the downside right here, and then this one right here. This will be trade number 1 and trade number 2 right here. Both these targets have been taken out, so as you can see.
ポンド時ですね。まあ、ここからの売りで1つ目、2つ目っていう風に取ってっていいと思います。抜けてきたら、まあ、買いですね。
Okay, so they're just barriers, but they'll match the ATR, so you got to trade to them and then move your stop. All right, so this is gone. They took it out right there. This one's gone over here. So they're both gone. All right, so in this downtrend, we could go way down to here. But for now, the opportunity is right here to the downside. If we get a breakout, trade it above 69.50. Don't trade it into the 69.34. There's a PSR there. Yeah, above that, you don't have enough room to move your stop. So you got to wait to 69.50 and trade it up to 70.16. Right. Euro New Zealand. Right. Euro New Zealand ended up, it hit our target yesterday. It was a great trade right there. You can see we still got a double bottom here. We're pulling up here. They need to square this up. If they square this up in here and make the turn, you're going to want to trade it down to here because this target is already gone. Right? So we already did that. We already made money on that. It was a nice trade for those of you who got it. Right? And where did you get it? What I'm doing right now. That's how you learned it, how to do it. Right? You don't take it because we said to do it in here. You go in and try to prove the trade yourself. Right? We're not giving any trading advice in here at all. We're telling you where the chart says the opportunity is. Decision to make a trade is 100% yours. Right, based on the opportunity, but the charts will show you the opportunity. Right, that's it. Alright, folks, that's what.
まあ、ユーロ級ですね。最後なんですけど、まあ、これはもうターゲットこうヒットして昨日お金儲けたよねって皆さんやりましたよねってことですね。で、今、ダブルボトムまで行くかもしれませんけど、もう終わってるのでいいですよねっていう感じですね。
See, don't forget that, by the way, we are opening up our membership program next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Fast Track Traders will be open. It's only open 3-4 times a year. That's it. And so it won't be. We won't offer it again until sometime in the spring, probably. So if what you see looks interesting to you, go take a look at it on the Fast Track page, which is under our approach, and take a look and see if it's something you want. All those of you who are in the 10-day deal, everything is recorded. We record everything. So yeah, that's one of the beauties of it. We record each and every piece, and as a fast track trader, you can go back and go, "Hey, I'm having trouble with PSRs." Okay, let's go look at the lesson. They are in depth. It takes us 3 days to do it. It is drinking from a fire hose, and but if you want to know how the traders in here that are knocking down pips get them, it's because they're fast trackers.
はい、まあ、今日のセッションリキャップこんな感じですね。また、今日の夜、ウェブセミナーやりますのでよろしくお願いします。それではどうもありがとうございました。今日、あれですね、政策金利がイギリス、そしてユーロでありますので気をつけてください。それではどうもありがとうございました。失礼します。